Hello everyone, this is Jonathan, also known as BD from BlenderDude.com. Back with another video today. We are continuing our comparison of the Omni Blend 5, or the Omni 5 as it is known, made by the JTC company. We're comparing it with the more popular high-performance blenders on the market today, such as the Vitamix and the Blendtec. If you watched my previous video, we introduced the Omni 5 and pointed out similarities and differences in the blender to both the Vitamix and Blendtec, and then we did a performance test. We made a frozen fruit smoothie in the Omni and then did one in the Vitamix as well and compared them. Today we're going to continue the comparison, only this time we will use the Blendtec Total Blender, and this will be a power-based test in which we will make the exact same hot soup in the Blendtec as we do in the Omni. We will use the same ingredients, run them both for the exact same length of time on the exact same speed, and then we will take a temperature test at the end of which we can compare the temperatures, and if there is any significant difference between them, then we might be able to discern that one blender is more or less powerful than the other. Now, I'm not going to compare the Vitamix today because I've already compared the Blendtec with the Vitamix in the same test, so you can just extrapolate from this test how the Omni would stack up to the Vitamix in the exact same test. Now, if you didn't watch my previous video, the Omni Blend 5 is not a new blender. It's been on the market for a while. It's simply new to my website. I'm just now offering it. It's available at BlenderDude.com. This is a very nice blender. I've only used it for a couple of months, however. I've been impressed with it, but I've got years and years of demonstration and personal experience with the Blendtec. I only have a few months experience with this machine. I have been impressed with it, but I'm nowhere near as expert with it as I am with this machine. Obviously, the Blendtec and the Vitamix are American-made products with a very nice 7-year warranty. The Omni Blend 5 is made in China. However, it also comes with a very nice comprehensive 7-year warranty. The warranty service and the customer service are both handled in the United States. So if you ever needed help with the machine, or if you had a question with it, you could call the 1-800 number. You would reach someone in the United States. If you needed to reach them by email, in my limited experience with them, they are very friendly and very responsive. So I have no reason to believe that you would not be very well supported and the warranty would be backed should you decide to purchase the Omni Blend 5. Alright, let's do our test today. We are going to make a tortilla soup or a vegetable soup. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same recipe that I used in the previous video. The first thing we're going to do is load the same ingredients into both jars. I will take a temperature reading on the water that we use for the soups to make sure it's consistent. Now, the internal temperature of the vegetables that we use may be slightly different than the internal temperature of the vegetables we used in the other video, so the ending temperatures might differ from the previous video, but that doesn't matter because we are using the same vegetables at the same temperature for this test. So let's go ahead and load both jars. I only had 3 Roma tomatoes, so I'm going to load 1.5 into each jar. First the Blendtec, then the Omni. I'm going to load a stick of celery into both, a nice chunk of carrot, raw carrot, into both, sliver of red onion goes into both, nice slice of green bell pepper will go into both, and roughly the same size handful of cilantro will go into both. And we're going to add some black pepper. I'm actually going to have this for lunch when I'm finished, so I'm going to go ahead and season this up. You could use any seasoning you wanted. Taco seasoning would make this a tortilla soup. And here is the water we're going to be using. It's room temperature right now. It doesn't really matter what temperature you start with, but in this instance, our water is right at 75 degrees, right about room temperature. I'm going to add exactly 8 ounces into both jars. Now this is a completely arbitrary test. I could run this for any length of time, anywhere from 45 seconds up to 5 minutes if I wanted to. The length of time is not important. What is important is that we use the same speed for both, or the high speeds for both, and that we run them for the exact same length of time. Now if you watched my previous video, I showed you that the Omni comes with what they call a mixing rod. It's very similar to the tamper you would get if you purchased a Vitamix. I don't know that I will need it, but I'm going to use it if I need to because it comes with the machine. There's no reason not to. Obviously you will not use it with the Blendtec because it does not come with one. Also in the previous video I introduced the push button technology that comes with both machines. Both have pre-programmed cycles where you can press the button, walk away from the machine, and the machine will shut itself off. The soup cycle on the Blendtec is exactly 90 seconds and it runs on the highest speed on the Blendtec. The Omni 5 has a 90-second high-speed cycle as well. However, this is pre-programmed to intermittently stop or slow down and restart to make sure the ingredients are being fully incorporated. And because of that feature on the pre-programmed cycle, we're not going to use it on this test. We're going to use the high speed, and I will time it for exactly 3 minutes. So we will have run both machines for the exact same time on the same speed. On the Blendtec soup cycle, it's 90 seconds, so I will run that twice for a total of 3 minutes, and again, I will run the Omni cycle for exactly 3 minutes, and I'll stop it manually. Now, I'm not going to edit the video. I'm going to let the blend run for its entirety, so you probably don't want to watch 6 minutes of total blending. What I suggest you do, come back in exactly 3 minutes from now. We'll do a temperature test on the Blendtec, and then I will run the Omni for 3 minutes. You can come back then and we will compare the two temperatures. So here we go, 3-minute test with the Blendtec, which is 2 90-second soup cycles. Okay, there's 3 minutes on the high speed with the Blendtec. You can see the soup's nice and hot. Our internal temperature, 134. I believe in the previous video it was right around 131, which is fine because again the internal temperature of the vegetables may be a little bit different. Now I'm going to use the high speed on the Omni for exactly 3 minutes. Let me get my timer set. And again, if I need to use the tamper, I will. So here we go, 3 minutes exactly on the Omni. Okay, there's 3 minutes on the Omni, steaming as well, and the internal temperature is 102. Again, we started at right around 75, so it's pretty apparent that the Blendtec in this test is a slightly stronger machine. However, as you can tell, the Omni Vive does rapidly increase the temperature of your soups. And if I were to let this run another minute or so, obviously the temperature would increase. You're probably never going to want to get much higher than 117, 118 degrees anyways in making your soups. Otherwise you start rapidly deteriorating the nutrient value of those soups. But again, the Omni 5 was a final temperature of right around 102. The Blendtec was right around 134. You can read a full detailed review of both of these blenders on my website, blenderdude.com. If you have any questions about either machine or the Vitamix machine line, don't hesitate to contact me at bd@blenderdude.com. Until the next video, this is Jonathan, aka BD. Have a great day.